The world is about to change dramatically. The Boston Massacre, the American Revolutionary War, the collapse of the U.S. continental currency, the War of 1812, the Civil War, the collapse of the U.S. greenback, World War I, the Great Depression, World War II, the stock market crash of 1987 known as Black Monday, September 11, 2001, the largest and worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil, September 17, 2001, the Dow Jones drops by 684 points, a 7% drop in the markets. 2008, another drop in the financial markets. The Dow Jones falls by 777 points. It is estimated that U.S. families lost $11 trillion in wealth. 2014 and 2015. What do all of these events and dates have in common? They are all connected by a biblical phenomenon called a Shemitah. So what is a Shemitah and when does it occur? Leviticus 25, God explains the Shemitah year. He says that after 6 years of work in the land, the 7th year, the land is to be allowed rest. In Deuteronomy 15 verse 1, God says at the end of every 7 years that we shall grant a release of debts. The Hebrew word translated as release is the word Shemitah. Not only does it mean release, but it also means a remission of debt. It means to topple or collapse, and it means a great shaking. The Shemitah year occurs every 7 years, and as such, it is a Sabbath year. For those who obey God, it is a year to experience abundant and supernatural blessings, as it is a year of release. However, for an individual or nation who is turned away from God, this year comes as a year of shaking and calamity, a year of judgment. On September 24, 2014, we entered another Shemitah year. And if we follow the pattern of Shemitah years of the past, we could expect to see more financial calamity, more terrorist attacks, and maybe even war. Since this current Shemitah year began, we've seen Ebola diagnosed for the first time in the history of the United States. We've seen the reemergence of other deadly diseases that were previously eradicated. China is now the #1 economy in the world since the beginning of this Shemitah year. ISIS has emerged as the new global terror threat with an agenda of establishing a global caliphate. Tensions have increased in the Middle East and more. The heavens and the earth have been shaking since the beginning of this Shemitah year. There are signs in the heavens that the world is about to change dramatically. On March 20th, 2015, we will see a solar eclipse. Biblically, solar eclipses have represented judgment on the nations. This could come in the form of war or financial calamity. So what should we do in light of all these things? Do we grab our emergency preparedness checklist and make sure that we have enough food and water to survive in case of catastrophe? Do we grab as much gold and silver as we can in case of a currency collapse or hyperinflation? God has always had an answer for his people in times of trouble. 2 Chronicles 7 and 14 tells us that if we would simply humble ourselves to God, that if we would seek his face and turn from our wicked ways, that he would hear us from heaven, forgive our sin, and heal our land. In response to the shaking of the Shemitah year, to the uncertainty that many people have in face of what is ahead of us, we just released a new book called The Shemitah Solution. And in it, we detail God's plan for us and his expectation for us in a Shemitah year. What does God want us to do? And how does he expect us to position ourselves in a year of release? This book is available on Amazon.com. And if you want more information, you can check out our website also at kingdominstruction.com. Or you can join our weekly online interactive Bible studies at the link below.